episode 1 of his Christmas in UK series, William has already flown around the world by himself.
We're heading to Dubai. Is that birds inside?
Had a very emotional reunion with me in Dubai.
Oh, hello.
Also with his grandfather, my dad, at the airport when he arrived.
Hello.
And his nanny Kath and Auntie Lorna at my house where he hasn't been for 8 years. Not to mention the reunion with his cousins who had no idea he was even coming back this year. And possibly most importantly, my grandma, William's great nan, who at 92 is exactly 80 years older than William. But after the reunions were complete, William has clicked into family life here as though he has never been away and has been giving out hugs to everybody at will. Although the hugs he gives to me are somewhat more aggressive than those he gives to others. Is this your favorite type of hug?
No, this is my pillow.
Oh, I'm your pillow.
Yes.
Okay, is it a comfortable pillow?
Yes.
Okay.
And last time I checked, pillows don't speak.
Yes, his sense of humor is a huge factor in helping William feel at home with this side of his family. And whether he is out shopping with his nan and aunt's family, comfortably eating on the sofa as he would do in his South African home, or indeed sitting in a restaurant with his family telling his great nan naughty jokes, he is adapting to his second culture fantastically well, especially the Christmas culture, and finding his elves on the shelf in different situations each morning. Ow, what's that?
My Lunchables.
What? And talking of Christmas culture, there is lots of Christmas feelings in the air everywhere. And despite being sick in bed for the first few days of his trip here, William has really tried his best to immerse himself in the local community and even help me fix a neighbor's fence after a huge storm blew through the country and caused quite a bit of damage. We've had a storm, so the fence is blown down. And this lady is very old, so we're going to put the fence up. Well, you're going to put the fence up.
What?
There we go. Job well done. Looking after the local community, aren't we? Nice to be nice.
Yeah.
Should we go have some breakfast?
Yeah.
So, along with countless bacon butties from his nanny Kath,
Done.
some visits to a local fine dining restaurant, and a couple of very British visits to the pub. Is that your beer?
No, that's yours.
I am so proud of how William is unquestionably opening his heart and mind to the British culture that he has been away from for 8 years, but that makes up a huge percentage of who he is and who he will become as he grows up and forms his own personality and identity. It really is so heartwarming and fulfilling as a dad to watch, and if you are enjoying it too, please consider liking the video and subscribing to the channel for more William in upcoming videos. So yes, William has now been integrating into English and British culture for the past 7 days. William, how are you finding life in the UK?
Good.
Just good?
Amazing.
Just amazing?
Epically amazing.
And Mum, how are you feeling having your 2 favourite boys?
Loving it, every minute of it.
Yes, William is definitely fitting into the north of England culture. William, teach us some of the words that you know. If you get that reference, you're definitely expert on British culture. And it's fair to say that my family are enjoying having William and me here. What's been the best part about having us here, Mum?
Everything.
Everything. Yeah, it's absolutely amazing being here. We've been waiting 8 years to bring William home. So we do have to say thanks to his mum for putting him on a plane. Thanks some more for putting him on a plane all by himself, giving yourself a nervous breakdown. But we're looking after him and he's having an absolutely amazing time. And talking of British culture, William, what are we doing today?
Watching footy.
What's known in America as soccer, what's known in most of England as football, but what's known by us as footy. Starting with a grassroots level match, watching William's cousin Sydney playing in her local league. And then we're going to a traditional, professional English football match. Now, for those of you who are about to click away from the video after hearing the word football, please don't, as this video is not really about the football match we will attend, but rather the importance of a father introducing his son to his own boyhood hobby, as well as the feelings that conjures up within me, and how I maybe wish that I had more time to do such things with William, and more time to introduce him to my side of the family. We'll get into the deep and meaningful thoughts a little later, but as for now, time to thank my mum for being my personal Uber while we're here in the UK.
Touch your eye, trap now.
It's a TF in. It's out.
Ta-ra, darling.
Thanks, Mum. Love you.
Is this a sponsored video?
Good question, William. Yes, this is a sponsored video. And the sponsor of today's video is a new partner of the channel and something that has absolutely changed the way I use my mobile phone when traveling abroad, and that's Saily eSIM. Usually when I arrive in the UK, I have to find a mobile phone shop or somewhere that sells SIM cards and generally just have a huge faff when trying to get my cell phone connected to the network in whatever country I find myself in. But thankfully, Saily has completely removed all of this faff with its eSIM service that requires no physical purchase or installation and instead can all be done using the super convenient Saily app to get connected. I have been sending dozens of photos and videos to William's mum back in South Africa using the data provided by Saily, as she is finding this trip somewhat challenging, missing William a lot, but thankfully, thanks to Saily, we can stay connected nice and easy. As I mentioned, I travel a lot due to my international family, and I have been hit with some absolutely huge cell phone bills due to confusing data packages and roaming settings. But with Saily, all of these worries are completely taken away as Saily's service is installed directly through the eSIM. I promise you this is the simplest, most cost-effective, most convenient way to use your cell phone when traveling abroad. And as a Life in Taiwan viewer, you are entitled to 15% off whatever data package you purchase through the Saily eSIM app. Go to saily.com/lifeintaiwan and enter the code LifeInTaiwan to qualify for the discount. I'm so happy with Saily's service that I've also downloaded it to William's phone. William, what do you think?
Epically, coolly, amazing, very useful. Buy now, 15% off. Use my dad's link.
So yes, William is obviously very happy with the Saily service, as am I. So don't forget to go check it out at the link in the description down below.
If this is a sponsored video, I messed up.
Why?
Because I showed this in the background.
Uh-oh, Daddy's got to do some editing. I'll blur it out.
Ooh, drink Pepsi.
So as you can see, this local football pitch is a very family orientated place with parents, grandparents, uncles and aunties all going to cheer on the kids, and that's what me and William plan to do with my niece and his cousin Sydney. Yes, we're going to see Trammy later. Are you coming?
Yeah.
Nice. Okay, go on. So as Sydney made her way to the pitch, I noticed that even her brother George had dragged himself out of bed for this family event. Oh, sorry, Georgie. I didn't think you were coming. I didn't know you'd be here. I thought you'd still be in bed. And you, oh no, this video is sponsored by somebody else. I can't say that. And we also got to meet another important family member, my Auntie Jane, who of course greets William with the huge hug. Hello, Auntie Jane.
Hello, darling. Hello, William. Oh my God. What's your mother and father been feeding you on?
And as usual for this holiday, I'm second in line for hugs behind my son, who is quickly becoming everyone's family favourite. Good things come in huge packages, don't they, William?
Oh, there's definitely small ones as well.
So hugs and greetings out of the way, it was time for the game to start.
My dog's dead.
And as I mentioned, this video isn't about the football, but much more about how life in England for me is so far away from anything I experience in Taiwan. My life in Taiwan is fun and rewarding in the job that I do, but when I'm here next to family, doing normal things families do together, especially with William here sharing the feeling with me, I really wonder if I could ever make it work back here in the UK. And videos like this are a litmus test of how successful my channel would be if I ever moved back here. Many people are confused as to why, as a YouTuber, I choose to live in Taiwan and tell me they would continue watching my videos and would love to see any videos I make of life here in the UK. But I feel that's not the case, as videos based around Taiwan tend to perform better and are the only videos I actually make any money from. I guess the views on this series will answer that question for me. But back to the football, which was getting very exciting. Go on! Go on! Oh! And William was obviously very interested in his cousin's game. Do you think, William, are we doing a good job?
What would happen if all those birds flew into a plane engine?
But soon the game ended 1 goal apiece, and it was time to get a post-match interview with Oxton Ladies captain and our player of the match, Sydney Badley. How did you feel that match went?
Alright. Could have been better.
So, expert analysis there from Sid, and after a quick outfit change, she was ready for the main event of the day today, and that was being taken by my dad to another football match at local professional team Tranmere Rovers, which meant that I was taking my son to his first ever pro football match. A memory I hope he can keep forever, as it's a memory I have kept since I was 7 years old, when my dad took me to the exact same stadium to watch my first game, which coincided coincidentally was my new favourite team, Everton, versus the team that are playing today, Tranmere Rovers. And the first thing we did was ask my dad and the kids to make a final score prediction. Match prediction?
3-1.
For Tranmere. Match predictions for Tranmere Harrogate. William, what's the score going to be?
1-1.
One? What a boring prediction. You want it to be a draw. All right, Sid, what's your prediction?
4-2.
4-2 to Tranmere. Okay, should we go get our tickets? Exciting! It certainly was exciting, and for anyone even remotely interested in British culture, you will know how important football is to us, and it is probably second only to family in terms of importance to a lot of British men. So combining the two for the first time today is a very special feeling that perhaps only some men can understand. Should we just sod off the football and go to the pub? Do you want to go to the pub, Sid? Nah. Yes, of course, we were not going to hit the pub with an exciting football stadium so close, and after getting our tickets and buying William a Tranmere Rovers bubble hat to keep him warm. What about this one?
Yeah.
I handed out the tickets. Okie dokie, kids, here are our tickets. William, take one. Sydney, take one. And I've got one. Are we happy? And we prepared to enter the stadium. Look at that football fan ready to go to the game. Cheers, mate. Let's go, Tranmere, let's go. And after finding our seats, a couple of minutes after kickoff, disaster struck almost immediately. Within 1 minute of coming here, we're losing 1-0. What do you say? You can swear in the football ground. Yes, I've always been told that a little bad language is okay at the football ground, so William thoroughly took advantage of this and enjoyed the freedom of expressing himself and joined in with the supporters who were venting their frustrations at being behind in the game. Did you hear any fruity language, William?
Yeah.
Well, you're only allowed to swear at the football. That's the only time you're allowed to swear. Eventually, after being the dominant team despite being behind in the game, the home team we were supporting scored and levelled the score at 1-1. Yes! The energy within the crowd levelled up, and the atmosphere was what I really hoped William could experience. What's your favourite part?
Yes.
The swearing.
Like volleyball.
Nothing, the settings are really rude. Is it fun so far?
Yeah.
Better than you expected it to be.
Yeah.
But after 45 minutes, the score was still level and half-time arrived. And it was time to get inside and order some extortionately priced food.
What now?
I'm going to pass out. So yes, food that cost almost as much as the tickets is quite normal at a football ground in the UK. But as the second half began, it was time for our food and drink reviews. Okay, William, hot dog review.
Good.
Sydney, hot dog review.
Doesn't have one.
Where's your hot dog, Sid? Okay, so we've got William on camera. Am I in the shot, William?
Yeah.
Now, William and Sydney went for a hot dog and chips, which is not a classic football food. The classic football food is pie and chips.
Show me the inside of that pie.
Whoa.
It's
Are you filming me from a good angle?
Yeah.
Do I look fat?
Yes.
Ooh. So yes, with the food eaten and the temperature dropping, it was clear that William wasn't enjoying the game as much as I was. Even a second goal, which proved to be the winner of the match for the home team that we were supporting, didn't get William out of his seat. But But rather than force him to stand up and get involved in the chanting and encouraging him to enjoy himself, I accepted that for whatever reason my son's passions maybe won't 100% align with mine, and that's okay. Of course, sharing hobbies and interests with our children is something we would all love to do, and there are some things that me and William do together that we both love, but perhaps watching live football in a cold, wet and windy football stadium just isn't one of them.
Cut in!
So with our first pro football experience together coming to an end, William, Sydney and I made our way out of the stadium and back home thanks again to Dad's Ubers, where the family feeling continued with my sister and mum making a delicious roast dinner for the whole family to enjoy together as one. What's John having?
Sweet potatoes.
Don't you know that Taiwan is the island of the sweet potato, Lauren?
I do, because it's shaped like a sweet potato.
Can everybody come and sit down, please?
Ooh-wee.
Granddad.
William, come and sit down, please. So we all took our seats as a family, and after I had some difficulty finding my seat on the other side of the table next to William, we sat together as one family for our first roast dinner with William in over 8 years, and a perfect family day got even more perfect if that was even possible. Although we know William will be leaving back to South Africa in a month's time, we all simply love having him here with us and are just cherishing every single moment. And just to connect this video back to my Taiwanese life, I ended the meal by teaching the family some dinner vocabulary. 你吃饱了吗？
吃饱了。
好吃吗？
好吃。
Thanks to my mum and sister for the meal, and thanks to my family for welcoming William and me so warmly. There'll be more from our family next week, but I just want to say thanks for watching this second video in the series of William exploring England with his daddy, and of course thanks to Saili Esim for partnering with the channel. Don't forget to go to saili.com/lifeintaiwan and use my code LifeInTaiwan for a 15% discount off the data package you purchase through Saili. I can't recommend them highly enough, as I also can't recommend subscribing to this channel if you haven't already. But as for now, time for me to say goodbye, and I'll see you next time in my life in the UK. Peace. Bye-bye.
Bye.